G'day guys, and welcome back today to another video. Today we have yet another cooking video lined up for you guys. So that's right, another week of lockdown, and I suppose another cooking competition for you guys to look forward to. Today is a little bit different. Today, unlike normal where we would kind of choose a specific dish like the last two, for instance burgers and pasta, this time we've just ruled it as one single ingredient. So that is chicken, and this week we are cooking off against Micks 4WD touring in a chicken is king sort of cook-off. So for this one, I've lined up one of my all-time favorite dishes, and that is chicken palmy. I'm going to be showing you guys how to cook it the same way as if I was out in the bush. So just because I'm not using the rear setup doesn't mean that I'm going to be doing it any differently. I'm kind of doing it the hard way here because, you know, inside you have all those things that make it easier, like a deep fryer and an oven, but I won't be using those things at all. I'm going to be cooking it the same way as if I was out in the bush. So this one is really simple. You just need your normal flour, egg and breadcrumb to coat the chicken, and then you obviously need some oil, which we've got over here, to shallow fry it in, and then the rest over here. So you need some tomato sauce. Now this is a really good example. I don't know if you guys watched the meatball episode I did, but when you make this sauce, and if you don't use it all in other dishes, you can use it in a dish like this. So this is some homemade tomato sauce. We've got some bacon, parmesan cheese. You can use tasty or mozzarella. I like parmesan, and then we've got some cherry tomatoes and basil to go on top. So I'm really excited for this one. I really love making this. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I will be serving it with chips, but I won't be showing you guys how to make the chips because that's pretty self-explanatory. So let's get right into this one. So when it comes to your breadcrumbs and your flour, guys, you can add spices into these. I have just added some mixed herbs into my breadcrumbs, and then I've added some paprika and chili flakes into the flour. My sauce is already kind of hot here, so my tomato sauce here is already pretty hot due to the way that it was cooked and it's been sitting for a little while. Whenever you cook tomato sauces, the longer they sit, the more the flavors develop. So if you put chili in your sauces like I do, the chili flavor and the spice develops a little bit more too. So the first step to this, guys, is you have your chicken breasts here. They're whole breasts. You want to cut them down into some thinner slices so that they'll shallow fry nice and quickly. Usually out of one piece of chicken breast, I can get two good sized pieces ready for a shallow fry. I decide usually to cut the chicken tenderloins off like this. Just have them on the side. You can make them into some nuggets, or you can fry them on as extra if you like. So now we have the first and probably most difficult part out of the way, all the cutting done. We're going to move this off to the side, and we're going to get ready our flour, egg and breadcrumb. Alright, and this part, fairly simple again. So you want a flour, you want to keep one hand dry and you get the other hand wet. Flour into the egg, and then into your breadcrumbs. Now the reason that I'm using such a wide dish is so you can do it like this, guys. You just grab the breadcrumbs from around the outside there, and the firmer you push down on any piece of schnitzel, the better. So a nice good press on it there, and there you have it. So you want to do this to all your pieces of chicken, and then you want to pop it off on a tray to the side, ready to be shallow fried. Alrighty, so now that we have our chicken pieces crumbed and ready to go, we'll pop over to the stove here, and the rest is pretty much over there. So guys, again, this is all mirroring if we're out in the bush right now. So we've got our two pans ready to go. This pan here is going to be our shallow frying pan, and this is going to be the pan that we're going to cook our bacon in, melt the cheese on, and do kind of like the final product in. If you're at home, instead of using a pan for this, you would use the oven, of course, and instead of using a pan for this, you would use a deep fryer. So you want to put this pan on medium heat. You want to bring it up nice and slowly. The one thing you don't want to do is have your oil too hot, because then the outside of the chicken, the crumb, is going to burn and the inside of the chicken will still be raw. That's another reason why we cut the chicken fillets nice and thin before we put them in. So guys, once you're confident that your oil is reaching temperature, you want to go ahead and pop in your chicken, and all you're looking for is that nice golden brown color on it. You don't want to cook it too well. You just want it to be perfect when we're doing this method. So of course it goes without saying as well for this one, guys, have a nice little area prepared with some paper towel ready to take these out when they are ready. So guys, when your chicken is about halfway done here, you want to pop the other pan on, get that nice and hot, and then we're going to cook our bacon in there. There you go, as you can see, our chicken is finally getting to that beautiful golden brown that we want it. So we take that off and just set it to the side. Just swap them over there. And the bacon cooks. The bacon's also going to oil the bottom of the pan for us, which is really helpful. Alright, so once you're happy with how the bacon is, take that out. Alright, and you want to get all the oil out of there, but you don't want to clean it out yet. So you want to just make sure there's as little of the bacon fat residue in there as possible. And now, time to make the magic happen, guys. Run it down on low. 2 bits of chicken in here. Couple of bits of bacon on top of them. I'm going to ladle the sauce on. On with the palmy cheese. Alrighty, there we go. In with a couple of cherry tomatoes just off to the side, and then you want to assist that by putting a little metal tray over it. Now, like I said, it's so important that this is on low for this bit to work. Alrighty guys, well, there you have it. So that is how simple it is to make something like that out in the bush, at camp, or even at home, to eat something like this that you would definitely pay 25, 26 bucks for in a restaurant, right in the comfort of your own home, guys. So that right there is my entry for this week's Chicken is King, and I'm telling you what, that is wearing a pretty nice crown, guys. Anyway, let's see what Mick has to offer.
G'day guys, Mick here, and welcome back to another backyard cook-up. It's now first weekend of September, but I'll be making 2 meals out of this. I'll be making dinner for tonight, and I'll be making lunch for tomorrow, so stick around, you'll see that. Alright guys, so first thing I need to do is get the honey sesame mix done. I've had a jar of honey sitting in some hot water. I'm going to tip some of this in. I've had it, as I said, I've had it soaking in hot water, simply because I want to make it runny. And then some sesame seeds. Okay, so just give that a quick mix. It's quite nice and thick. So you can see, plenty of sesame seeds, plenty of honey. Alright, so I grabbed a pack of chicken breast from Coles. Normally when doing chicken, I'd normally use a fish filleting knife, but these MasterChef ones are great. I'm just going to cut this into strips, and I'm going to drop these straight into the honey mix. Not being precise with any of this, as always. Okay, so there's the chicken all diced up. Just to mix it right through. Coat all the chicken in the honey and sesame mix. Okay, so the honey and sesame is all in there. Now I'm going to get some garlic going in there. Okay, so that will do for the garlic. Okay, now while I wait for the wood to continue burning down and give me some coals, I'm going to prep the salad. Obviously I'm not using everything we have here. A lot of it will be going back in the fridge and be used during the week. Okay, so I think this is going to be a better way to do it. I've got 2 bowls this way, one for lunch, one for dinner. Now I never used to do capsicum in my salads, but my missus does. She loves it, and it gives it a little bit of an extra taste. So throw a few sesame seeds in amongst both of them. Cole's so-called fresh baby cos lettuce. Next into the salad, a couple of carrots. That can be the one for dinner. Next we have a couple of tomatoes. And we're just going to dice up a few shallots. I have noticed with shallots, some people will either use the green section or the white section. Don't seem to use both. I like to use the whole thing. And I reckon that will about do me. That's all my salad stuffs. Alrighty, now as per usual, I don't like a lot of flame on the fire when I'm cooking. However, tonight, because of the way I want to do this, I do need a bit more flame. So give this all a bit of a mix around again. Being that this has sat for quite a while, the honey should have soaked into the chicken quite well. So a bit of salt and pepper in there. Now what I am hoping for this is that the honey, when it hits the heat of the grill and the flame, I'm hoping the honey actually crisps up. So you get a nice soft chicken center, but with a crispy outer. That's the idea anyway. Smell that honey the second it hits there. Now because this chicken is cut quite thin, it won't take very long to cook, which is part of why I've prepared the salad first. Now the missus wanted to use my new plates today. I only got these last night. Fair bit of salad on there. Bit left over, as I knew there would be. Last couple of bits of chicken will be about ready. Well anyways guys, that's it for tonight's dinner. Still got a little bit of chicken there cooking away on the grill, and that will go in for tomorrow's lunches. Honey sesame chicken cooked over the grills with a nice fresh garden salad and a bit of feta.